And if anyone is interested in, figuring out their name number according to the chart, we're more than happy to help you with that. And we could possibly find our, name number twins in here. But if not, that's fine. There is another game that I really did kind of want to get into before we get into the next question.
Can I ask a question real
It's
quick?
a loan services game. Since we were just talking about the story. Oh, okay, look, Sammy said, how do you reduce?
Addition.
How do you? Oh, go
It
ahead.
just added additional on there. I'm sorry. Adding. So you just add all the numbers up until you get down to a single digit. So even if you add all the numbers up, depending on which one you're looking for, if you're doing the full name, you add all the numbers up and it's like 32 is your total. You still want to say 3 plus 2 to equal 5. You see what I'm saying? So you want to get down to that single digit unless your total ends up being 11, 22, or 33.
Can we do just one person's?
Okay, yeah, I think so.
So we can see an example.
Should we do it on the board? Or should we do it just on paper?
Whichever you want to do. You got the board behind you.
Yeah, you could do it on paper. Yeah, or if you have enough space. I see the whole board. No, I don't want you to erase the board. We need that.
Yeah, I don't want to erase the board either. Okay, we'll do this.
Yeah, I want to see every step of somebody's name.
No, we're gonna do the sticky notes.
Okay, Jamie. Yeah.
Do you just do your first name or do you do your first, middle, last name?
So it's different numbers that you can reduce down to. If you want to know, if you want some insight for your destiny, then you do the full name, first, middle, and last name. If you're doing soul urge, which is like what your soul urge is for, right? Literally, what you yearn, what you desire, then you're gonna only calculate the vowels.
All right, you can do mine because I'm totally comfortable sharing my full name. You guys can see my full name on Instagram.
Okay. Okay, so it's
I'll put it in the
K.
comments.
Yeah, type it in the comments. Then we'll break it down like that. What's up, Patterson?
All right.
Tell
me my future.
All right.
Okay, so we got KARISMA. I'm gonna do the first name, right? So according to the board, K is 2, A 1, R is 9, I 9, S 1, M is 4, A is 1, right? So I'm just gonna take them all the letters, and I'm gonna add them up. So 2 plus 1 plus 9 plus 9 plus 1 plus 4 plus 1, right? And I don't know if anyone's doing it with me, but 18, 20, 24, 25, 26, 27. So your number,
that main one.
Your number came out to 27, but we would still break it down one more level to the 2 plus 7, and it came out as a 9. And Lola, do you want to tell us what the number 9 represents?
That was just her first name, but yes, the 9 is compassion, humanitarian. 9 also equals the energy of 9 is also the ending of a cycle. Well, kind of going into 10, which is the real ending, but 9 is like 9 is your transformation. So transformation, somebody that's actually going to evoke a lot of change because they're very compassionate, they're humanitarian, they're going to like to donate, help people, really just have a compassion for anybody that, those maybe without a home, those that are less fortunate, children, animals, like that type of person that really just has that heart and extends themselves to any and all. That's what the 9 will represent. But again, remember, when you look up your resources, it does let you know what the different meanings. So soul urge, you're going to use the vowels. Destiny number, you're going to use the full name. Personality, you're going to use the consonants only. And then it'll give you the full meaning of it. Also keep in mind that your given assigned name at birth that is on your birth certificate is usually what you would want to use because that's the energy you were born through, right? We all have stage names, you know, pseudos, artist names, chosen names, right? Different things that we may go by. Can you absolutely perform the numerology and get the meanings with that? Yes, you can. We're going to kind of talk about that as we go through our other questions about like having a name that you feel like suits you a little bit more. But when we're talking about that energy of being born through and kind of what your destiny or what your soul urge is, you definitely would like to use the name that is on your birth certificate. Even talking about like I was married before, I still use my married name, you know, in my professional life, even though I don't use it personally anymore. But when I'm doing my calculation, I'm using my maiden name and not my married name. And if you think about it, everything holds energy. So even my married name, even just the meaning of it outside of numerology meant something completely different than what my maiden name means. And it did give a different energy during that 10-year span of my life. You know what I'm saying? So it's like all that really plays a part. It really does.
No, that's deep. And really, it does get deep depending on how deep you're willing to go with it, right? So that is just like the tip of the iceberg. I really kind of had to do it myself too, and I did do it for my first name, and I did it for my middle name, and then a combination of my first and middle, but I didn't try with like the different consonants and go that deep into it. But if you are just joining, welcome to Truth or Theory. Tonight we are talking about, is our name more than just a word? If you're just tuning in, please hit the star, fave my guest, fave my lovely co-host, fave my admin, fave each other, guys. We're going to be moving into question 2. And I would like to play that loan services game, but I'm going to let Stud Barbie pitch it after we talk about, or should we do it before the question?
Let's run through the question real quick. We can run through the question.
Okay. So the question 2 is, if you had to rename yourself based on your current season of life, what name would you pick? What name would you pick?
I wouldn't.
You wouldn't?
I wouldn't change my name. I don't know. I like my name.
Jonathan. I mean, that's a nice name.
I mean, I got a boring, basic white guy name, but it's like it's not just that, but just like my whole name in general. Like I don't know. I'm used to it. I like it. I don't want to change anything.
Awesome. I like that though.
Yeah. Okay. What about you, Stud Barbie?
Well, me, you know, at this point in my life, I'm on a business and financial journey. So to change my name would really help. Being charisma doesn't get a loan. So I would definitely change it back to CH. CH, I would still be charisma because I feel like there's power in my name and I do like my name. But I would change it back to CH. I'm dropping the middle name. Stud Barbie is enough. But I'm definitely dropping the middle name. And my last name, I'm gonna have to drop my dad's last name too. My last name is Alce, ALCE. We're gonna be a Rosenberg, y'all. And we getting a loan. We're gonna switch it up. Charisma Rosenberg, y'all.
I'm laughing, but it's so much truth to that.
Yeah.
It sucks that that's the case, but like, yeah.
Rosenberg is wild.
Goldberg is too much. I'll take her Rosenberg.
She got 850 credit score.
How about you?
What about you, Detroit? What would you, if you had to rename yourself based on your current season of life, what name would you pick?
So I've thought about this a little bit. I would say, I don't know. I'll tell you my line of thinking. I try to nickname my son the same way. Basically, call myself something that like I want to invoke into my life, and maybe pick it in a different language or something like that. And I would say maybe like I think confidence would be a good one that I would want to call into my into my life.
I
So like
love that.
something to invoke confidence. Yeah.
I love that. I love the concept behind it.
Oh, and I would drop my last name too, but just because it's not actually a slave name, but it's a spinoff of a slave name.
Okay.
So yeah.
Okay.
I was
Okay.
laughing at the comments. I'm sorry.
Something along the lines, invoking confidence in your life. I love that message. Charisma, Rosenberg. I love that. And Jonathan, sticking with Jonathan. Okay, so now based off of those names, I think we should move into this loan service game. Stud Barbie, do you want to explain to the stream how we play it, or?
All right, guys. This game is called loan servicing. All right. I came up with this game because I'm at the part of my life where my friends they're having babies, and I don't think they know that. But we know what we talking about right now. They're naming their babies all different kinds of things, and no, I don't think the baby's gonna get along. So we played a game. They're like, "Hey, I got a new kid. I named him Justin." And I'm like, what do we think, guys? We think Justin gets a loan? What y'all think, chat?
Yeah.
Put in the comments. If Justin gets a loan, throw some money in the chat. Let me see some money in the chat. But Justin does not get a loan. Give me that anti-emoji, that poop emoji, that frowny, that crying because he's a brokey. Justin gets some money. But what if his last name was Bieber? He still getting some money?
We need to be giving loans.
I don't know.
Some money.
I don't know. All right. I'm going to throw another one out there to you guys. Yeah, just
Definitely.
maybe. I think damn near close to Rosenberg, I think. All right, here we go. Kevin. Does Kevin get a loan?
So yes.
Oh, my bad. I just got excited, y'all. Let me take it.
I have to see. Oh,
Kevin gets a loan. Kevin getting money. What if his last name is Hart? He's still getting money?
I thought you were gonna say Gates.
Oh, shoot.
Yo, yeah.
I got another one for you guys. How about Michael? Does Michael get a loan?
He
get a
gets
bag?
Very common name.
Yeah, that's like probably one of the most. I feel like Michael's
I
one of the
need
most
to hear
popular.
Michael
that.
gets a loan, right? Michael usually gets a loan, but his last name is Adebayo. He getting a loan now, y'all? Nope, he ain't getting a loan. That's a very common African last name, y'all. All right, what about Jennifer? And Jennifer spelled with 2 N's. Jennifer. Classic Jennifer. Does classic
Money.
Jennifer get a loan? Okay, but now her last name is Lopez. She still get a loan?
Nice.
Okay, now her last name is Lawrence. Does she still get a loan? I don't think Lopez gets a loan. Y'all capping.
Oh, you're
What
still.
Oh,
What
there we
about
go. Okay.
There
Garner?
we go. So,
Jennifer Garner gets a loan? Does Jennifer Garner?
Why not?
Sure, Gardner definitely.
What about Jennifer
Gardner?
Hudson?
Yeah. Hudson
I
gotta
think
get
all the Jennifers is getting monies.
All the Jennifers getting monies? I
Yeah.
don't think Jennifer Lopez is getting.
Is Hudson a black name or I think I don't know.
It's like
I can't tell.
yeah.
All right, Jennifer.
Yana.
Jennifer with 1 N. Does Jennifer with 1 N get a loan?
Do they call her Jenner?
What
Nope.
about Jennifer with a Y? Does Jennifer get a loan? Jennifer?
Is her mic going out for y'all or is it just me?
Does Jennifer get a loan?
I think we're all good.
Yeah.
Yennifer? Jennifer?
Jennifer?
Jennifer Lopez. You know. Don't be school.
Nope.
Come
I don't
on.
know.
It's so sad that world we live in.
What about confidence? Detroit's about to be confidence. We about to give Detroit a loan, right, y'all?
Unfortunately.
No, you're not getting a loan in Detroit.
What about Jordan? How about Jordan?
I had to think about it.
Jordan,
think
that's
Detroit-
tough.
I think Jordan gets along.
That's tough.
Yeah, Jordan.
That's
I
tough.
definitely give Jordan a
No,
one.
That's
I
tough.
don't know.
Again, it
Tough.
depends because I have a brother named Jordan. My mom threw a U in there. So the spelling
Jordan.
is giving French, but I don't think she knew that.
I was gonna say Jordan gets a loan when his last name gives like Habibi. If you throw in some kind of like Muslim last name, then he probably will get a loan. But if he has some kind of American last name, he's probably we're in Jordans and we're not investing in him. Right?
That's crazy. But it's
So guys,
so true.
I play this game to be mindful. It's a hard systematic racism is a hard pill to swallow, but you play this game and you quickly realize that even for yourself you might not give somebody a loan, and damn, I done set my baby back a little bit, so we finna open a trust, or we finna think about the second child better.
Well, though, I like that. I like that. Let's make it a little more personal. What's up? What about someone with the name Rose? Would you guys give Rose a loan?
Of course. That's my mama name.
That's an old school name.
Yeah, I'd say yes. That is like an old, like, I feel like the name Rose is like, you're never gonna see a young Rose.
What's her last
Maybe an
name?
old lady, like only old ladies are named Rose.
No, I've met roses in our age, like when they, I guess they'll be 30s now.
My daughter's middle name is Rose.
Oh yeah, it's my middle name too. Last name matter when we giving out money. You're right. She goes by LaKenya Rose. Do we give LaKenya a loan?
Sorry, none of the lies get a rose. No LaKenya, no La Marquise, no La Jordan, no La La or Ooh La La. None of the lies get a loan. Sorry, Letitia.
None of us getting it.
Look at that. Any Ishas? None of the Ishas. Sorry, Isha. No Isha. EIESA ESHA Forget about it.
Yeah, I hate it.
Yeah, messed. Sorry.
Okay, I am Samantha, and I'm not getting a loan. Oh my god.
Yeah, I ain't getting no loans. I'll tell you right now. I can't get shit.
What about Anna?
Anna, I need our minds to be mindful of the chat, please. Thank you.
Yeah, get Matt the fuck out of here, man.
I wouldn't even go. I just need our minds to be mindful. That's all.
Sorry, I should have said that.
That's
Anna,
we don't have to give energy to it. I just wanted us to pay attention. That's all.
I don't think Anna.
Appreciate it.
Anna, Samantha gets along before Anna.
Like
Is it Anna or Anna?
Like a Joanna.
Annabelle gets a loan over Anna for sure.
Annabelle only gets a loan because you're scared that she's gonna kill you if you don't give it to her or something.
Anne over Anna, Annette over Anna, because that's where it breaks down from, right? Annette, that's the one who's gonna get the loan at the top. But Anne and then Anna, they're like, Where you from?
Oh my goodness. Okay, so actually tying it into this, we were just talking about renaming ourselves based on our current season of life and kind of rolled into would our names get us accepted for a loan service, right? And then we have here that our names carry vibration. So we've talked about it regarding like numerology. So according to numerology and sound healing, it's believed that every name vibrates at a specific frequency. I think that's interesting. And when that frequency no longer matches your personal energy, you can literally feel out of sync. So that's why some people will go and change their name or give themselves alter egos and give themselves different names, right? My bad, Queen.
Oh no, you're we flowing. But no, I agree with that. And that's definitely, I feel like a lot of us, we already talked about like having like artist names and pseudo names and different names that we felt more comfortable with. So that's about the vibration and the energy that names carry. And we talked about numerology and how we can kind of be more in sync with that notion. Also about after life transitions. So it's super common for people to change or shorten their name during big identity shifts, like moving, to another country. Some people may have changed their names, like coming out, healing from trauma, stepping into just a new version of themselves. Usually anything that is birthed, that's the next thing that happens is you name it. So that is really on par. And it's like saying, this is who I am now and not who I used to be. I know that a lot of us could probably, relate to that. Actors and public figures, they do it all the time. The actors, the artists, spiritual teachers, they go by certain names that will fit that particular vibe more than what their birth name may have. We have examples like Lady Gaga, The Rock, Erykah Badu, even Malcolm X. We brought that up as well when Detroit River was talking about the story behind his name. So names are also could be like brands. A lot of us, like I said, artists, we go into business or just product, services, whatever we feel like we want our story to be. You just feel like your soul just wants to rebrand and come up with the re means to do again. So it's like I'm already here, but if I'm going through a transformation, I may want to revisit what I call myself. And I think that that's really I think it's very powerful to do that.
I love that. In some cultures, names are meant to change. So in some indigenous and African traditions, names evolve as you do. You may be given a childhood name, then renamed at adulthood, or again during a rite of passage. Your name tells your story, not just your origin, right? So your energy name can be a personal power tool. Even if you don't legally change your name, giving yourself an energy name, right? A nickname, things of that nature. Oh, let me let Detroit back in.
No worries.
So giving yourself an energy name, anything can be a way to claim your mood, your season, or your spiritual focus. It's like a gentle reminder of who you're becoming, who you want to become, right? What essence you're trying to walk in.
Absolutely. Well, welcome to Truth or Theory, everybody. Everybody that's here, loving the energy so far, and everybody that has joined. This is a safe space and where we think differently, dive deep, and question everything in a fun and curious way. So tonight, our big question was, is your name more than just a word? We've been talking about the story behind our names, talked about if we wanted to change it and kind of get into the energy. So is our name just something that our parents just slapped on us, or does it hold a little more power than that? Could it be shaping how people see you and even some of the choices that you make? So we're gonna keep the conversation going. Slap on.
Yeah. So basically, oh no.
No, I'm just gonna say, like, just like thinking about it, like honestly, like I don't know about like for everyone else, but like I'm at like the point where like I don't know if it's because of like being military and like playing sports, but like I find it weird. Like it just feels weird to me. Anybody uses my first name at all. Like unless if it's like my mom, anybody calls me by my first name, I'm just like, what? Like I've gone by my last name for like the longest time. Like that's just what I'm used to. Like, so like it's weird for me if anybody calls me by my first name. Like I just don't like it.
It's actually so opposite for me. Like I probably, other than when I was growing up in foster care, like I've never, like friends, family, don't call me by my last name. Like, do not call me by my last name. If you're calling me by my last name, I feel like I am in trouble or something. Like, don't do it. And you're named after both your aunts. Welcome to Visita. That's so funny. Have any of you else been like, referred to as your last name? Was that comfortable or uncomfortable for you?
I got the last name in sports too. To hear Charisma, I'm probably in trouble. Not very many people call me Charisma. It's like I'm either in trouble or it's like a perpetrator, right? Because I'm on this live streaming app and they think it's cool to call me by my first name, like they know my first name. Like you don't know me like that. Because my real friends don't even call me Charisma. They call me the full. They keep going. They go, "Hey, yo, what's up, Charisma with the K?" They keep going, you know. And then I have like so many derivatives. Like I'm the original Riz. They was calling me Riz and Rizzy since, you know what I'm saying? And then Rizma, and then Chariz. I have too many names. And I've stepped into it. It's a blessing and a burden. I guess there's an expectation for me to be charismatic when I'm not feeling that way, and I don't even want to show myself to people when I'm not, because I don't want you to see the other charisma, but really like Charisma's not so nice. She's kind of stern. Like I said, anytime I hear Charisma, she's getting in trouble, and if I'm getting that heat, I'm get defensive, and then she's not so nice, and she bite back. So don't hit me with that. You call me Stud, you call me Barbie, but never SB.
Yeah. What about you, Detroit? Are you okay being called by your first name or last name? How does that work for you?
Yeah, it does. It feels a little weird being called by my last name, but it's funny like being called Detroit and Rivers, because Rivers is my last name. So like sometimes people do call me Rivers or whatever. But yeah, I don't really. It doesn't really bother me. It just doesn't happen that much, you know.
Okay. Okay. So, okay. Thank you guys for answering that. We are going to move into question number 3 of the night. Thank you, Slow Crush. Hi, Miami.
So I definitely didn't want to skip over the fact that what we were just saying about how people will hear your name, attach a meaning to it automatically, kind of even with Stub Barbie was saying, they think they know you, right? They'll automatically, even with the game, that highlighted a lot. They think they automatically know what race you are, what gender you are, what professional, field you might work in, all from just hearing your name. It's a lot of fast judgments that happen when people hear that. So then the question is, do you think people treat you differently because of your name? Do people treat you differently because of your name? Let's start with Detroit and go the opposite way.
Oh, okay, you switched it up on me. I feel like I think it's yeah, perception is everything, man, and I think um one thing I didn't share that my parents, to kind of circle back to the conversation about why we were named, my dad pointed out that Amara Rashad was a famous and like a really famous at that time I was born, who was an athlete and a commentator and like a media, I think he was on ET and Entertainment Tonight. Anyway, he was like, it's a black man, it's an ethnic name, but it has a positive air about it. And so they were very intentional about picking names that people would hear and think positively. And I've enjoyed the benefits of that, so for sure. And I've definitely also noticed, even like in school, in classrooms, like when the teacher read the name and it may be like, a less white, a name that's a little further from whiteness, and they act like they don't know how to read it, or they maybe not genuinely not know how to read it, right? And then they kind of like, that already sets the tone from attendance roll call, and I always felt bad about that. You know what I mean? I always felt like I didn't like that people did that, and so I always made a point to learn people's names, like to value how people's names was pronounced and that kind of thing. So.
All right, black man. So Barbie, I know you kind of already talked about the whole being charismatic thing, but do people treat you differently because of your name?
For sure. I think, Charisma may not get along, but she still gets into the club. When I see my name on like job listings and stuff like that, I usually get hired. People are looking for enthusiasm. They hope that it comes with the name, so I'll get the interview. I might not get the job or the loan, but I'll get the interview for sure. She gets into the club. Um, and Stuff Barbie too, for real, because it's easier to read. I was streaming by Charisma with the K, and people couldn't really read that. So they can read Stuff Barbie a little bit easier. So Stuff Barbie and Charisma gets into the club for sure.
I love
But
that.
when I go to like a restaurant and they ask me my name, I just say K because I'm not trying to have this conversation 16 times a day. Oh, Charisma, that's a nice name. I don't want to do it every day.
You get sick of it.
Oh, but
Yeah.
I
I was like,
like it.
and then I hate when people try to tell me what my name means. Like I'm 4. Like I'm not 32 and I never Googled it. But you know what? I'm nice. I'll go, no, tell me.
Tell me
Oh
more.
my goodness.
Enlighten me, please.
That is so
Gotta have
funny.
it.
But you know, that brings up
Done.
another point about us. I saw in the chat as well, some people were talking about people not being able to pronounce it and stuff. And so either the allowances we give or the accommodations we make because our names might be unique. And I think we all kind of go through that in some way or another. Unless you're Jonathan. Everybody knows how to pronounce Jonathan. People treat you differently.
Well, I do got one gripe with my name though, and this happens a lot. Is I hate when people assume that my name is spelled with an H. I don't know why the fuck you gotta put a silent letter. Sorry. I don't know why you gotta put a silent letter in there. It's Jon. It makes no sense to put an H in there at all.
The H is not silent.
John.
It's
Because
not
John.
No, it's just
Oh,
Jon.
then the
Yes.
John. Oh, then the John
Because
part.
John.
John.
Oh,
You don't need the H.
Jonathan.
The H is a waste of space.
John.
Yeah, no.
I think that also gives a person. I don't think Jonathan without the H gets alone.
I'm gonna be
Yeah,
real. I'm gonna be honest.
I'll tell you right now, I ain't getting it.
It gives culture. It gives culture, and they're like, they're gonna look at your last name.
John with an H, definitely. Just John, not even John. Just John with an H.
Now every time I hear someone's name, I'm gonna think if I would give them a loan or not.
That is so funny.
Yeah, now I'm
I'd love
really
to be a part
wondering.
of the conversation when they start. I'm pregnant. What are we gonna name our child? And I'm like, just be simple, please. Help
Well,
the baby, please. Help the
That's
baby.
what that's actually what me and Midnight have been dealing with because she's pregnant. So we've been going through the whole name thing, and that's a big thing. Like I always like to kind of I always want something kind of unique, but like also not anything like I ain't naming my kid Southwest. That's crazy. I ain't doing it. Like you know what I mean? But
You could get that could be a great nickname though. That could
But
be
it-
a great nick. There's nothing wrong with it.
yeah, it's kind of like and like everybody does it. You ever do like the whole oh, I ain't never met a person with this name that didn't act like this type of attitude. Like I feel like everybody does that. Like if you hear, I don't know, there's certain names where you hear certain names, you automatically kind of assume that person's like a D-bag or something just because of the name. Like Brad.
Yeah.
You hear Brad and you're
Brad.
kind of sounds like a D-bag, but you don't even know him. Like there's just certain names that it's you gotta stay away from those names.
Yeah, I profile people. I'm a Uber driver and I hella profile people when I oh no, I'm not picking them up. In that neighborhood, that kind of name, no.
Right.
And you know what? I realized the commonality, which is a lot of people, when I named any celebrity, they said, well, they don't even need a loan. And that's what you want to do, right? You want to get to the point in this matrix where you don't need a loan, where you could do it. It comes to a point where somebody like Northwest and Blue Ivy, they got to go trademark their child's name before somebody else go open blueivy.com or something. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, you could do that. Gibby, when you got it, you could go name your daughter Southwest if you feel like it. If she don't need a loan.
Right about that.
Or if you want to be sponsored by the airlines, either way.
But it's not just about the loan. It's like you said, like with the whole energy. Like I feel like when you name your kid at the beginning, when you name your kid, you're almost like I don't know how to say it. Like you're almost like giving them a destiny. Like there's a certain path they're gonna take because of the name you gave them. Not like 100%, but it's like there's certain names where it's like I joked around, but there's certain names where it's like I'm not naming my son that because he's gonna end up being like some sort of loser that's gonna get bullied that night. Like I'm just not doing that. Like you know what I mean? Like you want I don't know, like a more cool name.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever met a person whose name didn't match their personality? Like one time a lady tried to insult me and tell me I'm not that charismatic or whatever. Maybe she called me on a bad day. But you ever meet an angel that was absolutely a devil?
You know where I feel like that happens is actors. If you see an actor and you watch like a TV show and you know that actor's face by that name, and then you go and you find out the actor's name and you're like, oh, he doesn't look like him. It's like I can't not see him as this character now. Like that doesn't fit him. Like.
Yeah, I feel like there's been some rappers with real innocent names. It's like, what? Like, your name is that?
You find out their real name and you're like, wait, what?
Right.
Aubrey. Yo, Aubrey. Aubrey is actually suitable, right? It feels soft.
Right.
I mean, it could get real tricky up in there, but definitely thank you to everybody who is still joining. People are still coming in. Welcome to Truth or Theory. This is a safe space where we think differently, dive deep, and question everything in a fun and curious way. Tonight's big question that we've been talking about is your name more than just a word? So we are headed toward our final question of the night. We've talked about if we would change our name, if people treat us differently because of our name, and even gave some little background stories of where our actual birth names came from. Rose, how we feeling?
Yeah, so I didn't even send this to our guests. I sent the guests 3 questions.
Oh, okay.
And this is just a bonus question. It's a self-reflect question. If you would like to answer it, please do. If not, I would just like to leave you with something to think about regarding your name, right? So we did talk about how our names.
Oh, you want to go ahead? Okay, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. So we did talk about how our names can shape how we're treated right now, whether that's like in rooms or in different moments where first impressions hit hard. But we are going to zoom out for a second, like way out. What happens to our names after we're gone? If your name lived on, what kind of energy, memory, or emotion do you hope your name carries forward? And that brings us to the self-reflection of the night. Lola?
And so just as simple as if someone spoke your name in 100 years, what do you hope that they would feel or remember? Anybody have any thoughts about that? If someone spoke your name, even in the chat, how you guys feeling? If somebody spoke your name in 100 years, we're talking about like legacy or, like making that impact. What do you hope that people will feel or remember about your name?
I think for me, it's more like, I feel like obviously that's always kind of like, isn't that kind of almost like the goal in life is to like leave a legacy behind, not be forgotten type of thing. And for me, it's also like with my kids. So it's like, I want to keep passing, like I want to help build up my kids' legacy better than mine. And so that can keep going. So like, I feel like for my name, it would be more like if someone heard my name, hopefully it would be like, oh, is that person related to, one of my great grandchildren or something who hopefully makes it big and does great or something. I don't know. Like,
hey.
You're trying to like set up, like I'm obviously trying to set up so that my kids, do better than I do. And then hopefully their kids do better than them. And then, somebody will be great eventually along the road.
So when people speak your name after you're gone, you would hope that they can feel the evolution that you was putting out through your generations. You wanted everyone to be focused on leaving a legacy and just getting better than the previous generation. That's beautiful. So what about you, Kid Buddy?
Well, being that charisma is not such a common name, if anybody were to say it 100 years from now, I'd take them back to this time era. But all the charismas that I met were pretty dope. So, but 100 years from now, I don't know if it'll make it there. They'll definitely learn a little bit about probably some 90s, between the 90s and 25 culture. These last 30 years, what it was like. They scream out charisma, they gonna come back to COVID, all that. And 100 years from now for Stud Barbie, I think they at least would be like, yeah, it was fun. She was fun. That's the hope for me. That's it. That was a fun ride, like a crazy roller coaster you just came off of. Like maybe you want to do it again.
Maybe you want to do it again.
Maybe not. Maybe not. But we'll be here. We'll be here
for a few lifetimes.
Could you imagine somebody like telling their grandchildren 100 years from now, like, oh yeah, I used to just live stream on this app and used to hang out with somebody by that name. Like, they're like, Grandpa, you didn't live stream. Like, what?
Grandpa, live? What do you mean wires? We don't read each other's minds, Grandpa. We don't need wires.
Right. Okay, what about you, Detroit? I miss love.
Well, one thing I wanted to say before I answer, I'm just curious, because I did have something about the topic that's I was curious if I could bring up later. I know we're kind of on the time crunch to an extent, But if there's time or maybe afterwards, if you want to talk about it, I just wanted to bring that up. Just the idea of like, and I don't know much about it, but I'm curious if anybody's heard of like the Supreme Alphabet and that kind of thing. Which
Oh,
kind of,
okay.
I know there's like a Supreme Mathematics, which is kind of like numerology. I don't know too much about it, but I just find it fascinating. But my answer to the question is simply like, I don't really think about that kind of thing too much. I think life is for living, you know, for my personal philosophy, you know. I mean, I think what you've done on earth, you know, in your time in this physical form is going to speak for itself. And I try to just spend my energy spending my time wisely instead of like, I don't really, you know, and I also don't really, you know, the story depends on what side of history you're on. You know what I mean? So like, somebody could look at my name and love it. Somebody could look at it and hate it. It just depends on who you ask. You know what I mean? Somebody can not even know my name, and that doesn't mean I'd lived a less worthy life. You know, so that's all.
Okay, I love that. Okay, so basically, we don't get to choose how we're remembered, but we do get to shape what we stand for. Every day, we're adding meaning to our name through how we show up, how we love, how we speak life into others. That's the energy that people will feel long after we're gone. Before we get into our outro for the night, I do want to give my guests time to introduce themselves, maybe plug any events or projects you're doing. Just let us know how we can support you and connect with you. Thank you. We'll start with Gibby.
Hello. Excuse me. Yeah, I'm Gibby. I do also have a featured show on here. It's Friday nights at 11 p.m. Eastern. Now we've recently changed spots. It's called Duel of the Doodles. So I get 4 contestants and I have a list of things. And depending on the round, they have a minute to 2 minutes to doodle like a quick sketch. And then everybody in the comments votes for whose drawing they like best. It's not always the best drawing. Sometimes it's just the funniest and most creative. It's a lot of fun.
I like that.
Yeah,
I want to do
not,
it.
yeah. And I always try to get people like if I have someone that wants to do it, I always try to get them to like, hey, like, do any of your friends from your stream want to do it? Because it's more fun when you do it in a group, like with your own friends. And
Yeah.
stuff. But so we could definitely get you guys in sometime. That would be dope. I'm not doing it tomorrow night because I'll be flying down to Florida. I got to bring my daughter back to her mom's before school starts. So next Friday is when I'll be restarting it up again.
Okay, yeah.
Well, safe
safe
travels.
travels.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely. I'm interested.
do that.
We'll see if
time is
anyone
that
else
again?
in the group chat.
It's
Yeah.
at 11 p.m. Eastern. So it's late
On
on
Fridays.
Friday. Yeah,
On
Friday night.
That's perfect. Yeah, I like it. Okay, that works. But next Friday,
Yeah.
Mhm.
Doodle Wars, right?
Yeah, Duel of the Doodles. It used to be called Doodle
Duel of the
Wars.
Doodles.
And then when I went featured, you know how they make you like change the name and stuff. Or, yeah, whatever. Doodle Wars, I think is cooler, but
I like
It sounds like
it.
you're gonna throw feces at each other, Gibby.
Doodle
Doodle Wars.
Talk. Doodle
Stop
Wars is
it.
so silly. Yeah.
different
Yo.
show, different show.
Stud Barbie Live. Hopefully soon to be your favorite playmate. And now your favorite reoccurring guest on Truth or Theory. Don't play with me. I let her be here, y'all. And your favorite teacher, Pat. You know I love you, Lola B. Guys, this summer has been a little bit more laid back. I got my top badge back in March. I did some live fest with you guys, and now I'm thinking more towards spending my time, like Lola described at the beginning with the number 9, invested in you guys. So please connect with me on Instagram. I want to be part of your content. I did open a live streaming agency called Live Broadcasting Agency. If you've never been a part of an agency, you want to be part of mine. I give to you more than just a bonus with the apps that you stream on. I stream and are associated with so many different apps. Get with me and we spread that knowledge. It's gonna be, oh man, I'm so excited about the expansion. So please hit my bio and add me on Instagram.
Oh, thank you.
Ooh, strawberries.
Is it my
Yes, Detroit. Please.
Hey, so you know, and then I just wanted to chime in on that number 9, man, because like it's like it's a lot of symbology behind that, because 9 months of pregnancy, 9 planets, and then I even seen somebody kick it like, when you're pregnant, the woman kind of look like the number 9. Um, but anyway, so it's a couple more that's not coming to my mind right now, but I can't hear her. Oh, she
She's
counting.
not.
I just
No,
noticed
she's
8 planets.
It's 8 planets.
No,
There's 9 again?
in school.
No, we
was
still
raised
count Pluto.
to
Don't
leave it
don't
at
do that.
9.
Oh, okay. Oh, I forgot about Pluto. All right. Well, I guess the sun plus the other ones is 9, right? Okay.
Are
the
there
sun's not a
even
planet.
planets?
There's
Uh,
actually so many more planets out there, and other planets that resembles Earth in different solar systems. But that could be
Right,
for different
correct.
subjects, different
Yeah,
topics.
but yeah, man, I'm a hip hop artist. I don't stream too much. I'm really more so of a commenter. But I love Bonus Bay. You know what I'm saying? She's dope people. I try to stick around, stay in proximity, try to do a little better. Always fuck with the the theories and stuff. So I'm definitely game for this conversation. Doodle sounds cool. I favorited everybody, and just I guess just on the last tip, like like SZA and RZA, like that. Just as when I was talking about the Supreme alphabet, like those names come from like these letters have a meaning to it as well. You know what I mean? So anyway. But that's it, man. I'm hip hop artist. I make positive music for the most part. So follow me on Instagram.
Yes, check out Detroit Rivers music. Actually, he
Please
can
do.
straight vibes, like enlightened, conscious music for real. Like
Thank
if
you.
that's your type of
Gonna make
vibe,
an
I think you'll
amazing
rock with
theme
it.
song for Truth or Theory.
Oh, that sounds fun, actually.
Yeah, like an
Yeah,
intro
that's
song.
out on the table, guys. Emoji J has sent me 2 songs that are like instrumentals, and it's one of them. I'm like trying to figure out a way to put it into the group chat so you guys can hear. It's really
Absolutely.
good.
So that's
I'm
something that
down.
we need to make sure we
Appreciate
plug
it,
as
Jamie.
well. We do have our group chat on Instagram. And so make sure you connect with us there. We're gonna always have a poll so that we can decide what our next upcoming topics are. We did also put in that we were looking for any artists that were interested in making a theme song for us. So that's on the table in the chat as well. And just staying connected throughout the week, sending each other, good vibrations, some interesting posts and things to check into. And like I said, just stay connected so we can continue to mutually support. So please make sure you tap in with us on Instagram as well, so we can follow you back and add you to the chat.
Yeah, so honestly, guys, next week we will be going a little deeper and way older. So we're going to be talking about the Anunnaki, and were we created by a higher species? Is there truth buried in myth? We are going to talk about it next week on Truth or Theory. So come back curious, come back open-minded, and bring your ancient astronaut theories with you. Thank you all for being here tonight. If you haven't, please make sure you fave the guests. I do want to give a shout out to the top gifters of the stream. I got to get better at this. So, okay, number 1, thank you, Dr. V. You get a special shout out. I probably will end up giving a shout out to top 3 of the stream. Shout out to Stud Barbie. Shout out to Detroit Rivers. Thank you, everybody else who did contribute, though. And thank you even more if you contribute to the chat, because the chat is what helps us keep going, right? So I appreciate y'all. What's up, Backwoods for breakfast?
It's crazy. It's
So,
a crazy name.
did anyone else want to do the name number, or how we feeling? What we on?
I'm about to go have a little snack. I slacked
Yeah,
today, so I
bye.
gotta go finish my challenges, but I will be back soon.
Bada bombs too. I appreciate you guys though.
I would like to do it. I gotta go soon, but I was trying to do it earlier, and I got stuck on the letter N.
Right. Like, don't hold that to me.
No,
Okay, let's see.
not at all. I'm
So-
great. And also shout out to you because I really love this space. It's a really dope that we could talk about these ideas that we aren't necessarily taught in school and we can learn from each other.
Yeah, I appreciate that. While I write out Jordan's, Lola, are you sticking around? Did you want to tell Gibby what that number 11 represented for his first name?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. You do, I have to do the whole name. I did, okay.
Can I
Depending on what we want, right?
smoke now?
Jordan?
So real quick, so
Yeah, please.
obviously is one of those master numbers, okay? So even if you are using that for whatever name you calculated, that's not where we want to stop, but we can talk about 11. It's going to be that